Hello, it's Tuesday. It's time for Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Each week, I talk about a different topic relating to your career management. Your career management is very, very important to you. So, Tuesdays at 2, this is episode 127. Today's topic is I am receiving zero replies in my job application. Now, in today's very, very strong, doesn't matter where you live in the world, what function, what level, what industry, etc., you are in, you should be receiving many, many interviews because a resume doesn't get you a job, it gets you the interview. So there are many reasons that perhaps you aren't getting the traction that you really want. You should be getting a lot of traction in today's very, very robust, very strong, strongest I've ever seen in my 31 years as an executive career management practitioner. So when a client or potential client calls me, somebody calls me and say they're getting zero traction in their job applications. I ask them to come forward to me. They want a little bit of coaching. I ask them to come forward to me with their job applications. Who have they applied to? What's the title? What's the level? And how many have they sent out? So many, I can tell you, are applying to the wrong jobs. Yes, it's great to get a promotion. And as a career coach, I actively promote promotions, especially in today's very, very robust hiring economy. But yeah, you can't go two levels above. That ambition is great, but you can only go one step above. Very, very infrequently can you jump two steps above. So those people who are going two steps above are really stretching it, and that's one of the reasons probably, well, I know why they're not getting the traction that they deserve. They're getting zero replies. And then at the other end of the ladder, people are underselling themselves and going down. Now, in today's fantastic recruitment, you should not go down. You don't have to go down. You can stay lateral, you can go up one peg, but you can also get a massive uplift in salary, especially those people who've been in a job or the same company for about 5 or 6 years. You are being taken advantage of salary wise. If you do a competitive analysis and look at the competitors, the equivalent level at your competitors, I bet they are, well, I know they are earning a lot more. So perhaps you are applying for the wrong jobs, whether you're applying two steps up, where you should be applying one step up for a promotion, or perhaps you are applying too low, one or two steps below. Don't. That's crazy. Don't do that. That is really bad career management. Then also people are what we call in the industry resume blasting. So they send out resumes willy-nilly. They send out 5 to 10 a day without actually looking at the job description. And that is not only a waste of your time, but is also a waste of the hiring authority, the HR or the recruitment firm, their time as well. So don't do that. Don't blast out. It's actually better to send a few resumes out targeted than it is to send to 100 or so out. So resume blasting, don't do that. That is a waste of time. It also adds to your frustration and you want to tear your hair out. You're getting frustrated. And job search is a frustrating journey anyway. You don't want to add to that frustration. So there are many reasons. Perhaps you're applying for the wrong jobs, two up, two down, you apply a level or one up, don't apply down. And your job search strategy might not be up to scratch. Now, couch potatoes, those people who sit and think, oh, a job is going to land on their lap, are wrong. A job search is a full-time appointment. So treat it as a full-time gig. Don't let your spouses or other people around you give you other tasks to do. They want you back ASAP. They want you happy. They want you to earn money. So don't let them distract you with other tasks or whatever, household tasks or whatever. You need to concentrate. So you lock yourself away and spend a minimum of 8 hours a day on your job search. Anybody got any comments? I'm more than happy to answer any comments. If you've got a question, not just relating to today's topic, but put them in the window, and I will answer that question as we go through this Tuesdays at 2. So your job search strategy was probably misaligned. Treat it as treat it as a full-time gig. Don't sit on your couch, a couch potato, and think 2 hours, 4 hours is going to bring rewards. It might do next year, but it won't do for a long time. So it's like anything. More hours you put into this, the better it's going to be for you. So your job search has to be strategized. You have to plan it. Don't be over here and don't be over there. It's like another project at work. So treat it as a work project and be very, very calm. Try and keep your calm. Try and keep your frustrations to yourself. Now, we got one question here from Juan. How do I ensure my resume is ATS friendly? Great question. There are some videos on my YouTube channel, Juan. If you go to my YouTube channel, and please also press the subscribe button, there are some videos talking about ATS resumes. But I can also offer you, and I'm going to offer everybody else listening to this Tuesdays at 2 today, a free, no obligation, no sales pitch, 30-minute resume critique. So I'm going to put my my email up on the board here, up on the screen here. So Juan, if you email your resume to that address I've just put up there, and mention you were here at Tuesdays at 2, we will get a schedule, and then we will schedule a Zoom, and I will give you a free, no obligation resume critique. And I will say it as it is. If it's not ATS, I will tell you, because one character wrong, one line wrong, one bullet wrong, and you're gone. So don't have a non-ATS resume. You can have a resume that's good to the eyes, that sells you, has that wow factor, but is also ATS friendly. So that brings me to my next point. Thanks for leading me in on this one. Yes, does your resume, your CV, meet the ATS standards? If it doesn't, then rightly so, you're not going to get the traction that you deserve. You are going to get very, very few opportunities, because the bulk of resumes today, CVs, doesn't matter where you are in the world, are read by ATS scanning application. It's a computer. You can never beat a computer. One mistake and you are gone. So make sure that your resume, your CV is ATS friendly. Make sure it's the current format. Make sure it really sells you to the optimum, because you are a sales guy now. You are selling yourself. So it's a sales tool. You are selling yourself. Be proud of your value. Be proud of your assets and attributes, the assets that you can bring, and then sell yourself in this very, very important 2 or 3 page document. So it's a sales tool. So does your resume, CV meet the ATS? So applying for a job today, let me give you some of the processes that is attached here. So if you apply for a job today, we are on the second day of the week, a Tuesday. So say, for instance, that job was posted on LinkedIn, Monster, Indeed, Luta, Career Builder, etc. The list goes on of all those job boards. If it was posted yesterday, that length of the tenure on that website, on that platform, could be 4 weeks, could be 5 weeks, and occasionally 6 weeks. So let's assume it's a 5-week run. So you posted today or yesterday, you've got to wait at least 5 weeks generally. Sometimes they have an auto bot that really tells you you're no longer you're not in a candidate, but sometimes they store them and then they pull them out the other end. Then there's normally at the when they close it, when they take it down from the web, they take about a week, sometimes 2 weeks, so 10 business days to assess who are the perfect candidates. They build a talent pool and then they whittle that talent pool down and then they call a certain number for the interview. So not everybody's going to get the interview, even though you might get in the talent pool. That makes it even more important that you have a dynamic ATS 2023 performance driven resume. So if you post it today and it's a 5-week posting, you could wait 8 weeks. It doesn't not like a quick fix. It's not going to happen just like that. Sometimes, yes, there are exceptions to the rule. Sometimes it does happen that way, but be patient. So keep on posting, but don't resume blast. That's the big mistake. Don't send hundreds of resumes out. Be targeted. Read those job descriptions. Because if you don't have more than 70% or even 80% of the attributes that they are looking for in that job posting, you are probably, well, you are wasting their time and you are also wasting your time, and you're adding to that frustration up here. It makes you want to climb a hill and jump off. Don't do that. So next is your LinkedIn profile fully complete? So when they get your resume and you're in the talent pool, you're in the pre-interview stage now. You've beaten the ATS. Now you're in human hands. They look at your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile is just as important as your resume, your CV. So I see so many really poorly written or incomplete LinkedIn profiles. And I personally, if I was in a hiring position, I wouldn't even call that person. So you're counted out. Even though your resume is good, you might be counted out because your LinkedIn profile is incomplete. LinkedIn is a huge platform, a very valuable platform. It gives you lots of space to articulate exactly who you are in different sections. So fill all those sections. It's pageless, unlike a resume, which is 2 or 3 pages, full pages, not half a page, quarter of a page. You can scroll all the way down, and there is a voluminous amount of text you can put in a fully complete LinkedIn profile. And there again, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, there are various videos on how to fill in, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. That's very, very important. Is it outdated? Some people haven't updated it for 2 jobs. Well, then you've got your resume and it says different jobs and whatever. Some people have different titles and different companies compared to their LinkedIn, compared to their resume, their CV. What message does that send to an authority, a hiring authority at the other end? This person doesn't know the title of his jobs or the company they work for. That's crazy. You work for one company and you have one title. Have it exactly synergized between the two, the LinkedIn profile and the resume. And then once you've got your fully complete LinkedIn profile, then have and be active. Don't be passive on LinkedIn, especially if you are in career transition. You want to be active. This is your platform to sell. You only have one opportunity to sell. So LinkedIn is a perfect platform for you to sell. You can be active in your own industry. You can share stuff. You can comment on stuff. You can create your own content. Be active on LinkedIn. So let's go through it again. The reasons why you might be receiving 0 replies. There are many reasons. Perhaps you are applying for the wrong jobs, 2 steps up or 2 steps below or just 1 step below. You haven't got all the assets and the attributes, or you are being too ambitious. And you are resume blasting, sending dozens and dozens of resumes out each day. It doesn't work that way. It's not a numbers game. It's a targeted marketing. One resume will get you targeted, can get you the value of 30 untargeted. So then your job search strategy, you're a couch potato. You're not treating your job search as a full-time gig, and you're all over the place. You need to spend a minimum of 8 hours on your job and plan it. Does your resume, your CV meet the ATS? I bet that many of you watching today, it doesn't. I know. And then is it a sales tool? Are you selling yourself? Do you know your value, the value you can bring ABC company or XYZ? And applying for a job today can take up, but if you're applying it today at the beginning of the cycle on that job board, whether it be LinkedIn, Monster, Workopolis, Indeed, Aluta, Career Builder, or whatever, it can be up to 8 weeks before you even hear something. Because if it's so start at the beginning, it takes a long time to go through that process, and then they take a break, and then they assess all the potential candidates, and then hopefully they will call you. And finally, is your LinkedIn up to fully complete and up to date? So don't waste your time. Treat every hour, every minute of your job search time as value. You have a value, and you need to articulate that value. More than happy, as I mentioned to Juan a few minutes ago, to offer anybody listening today or to the replay, a free, no obligation resume critique. I don't sell. I'll give you 30 minutes. We'll go over it on Zoom. I will show you some of my samples, what an ATS resume looks like. So if you want to send it to me, there's my address below on the screen. And mention that you were here at Tuesdays at 2. We will then schedule a Zoom, and I will get back to you. And then someday in the next week or so, I will give you a Zoom 30 minutes, and we'll go through it from top to bottom. If you want, I will also give you a free, no obligation LinkedIn audit, because I am passionate about everybody filling in their LinkedIn. And then finally, as I've mentioned a couple of times in this Tuesdays at 2, I have a YouTube channel. So go to my YouTube channel, Martin Buckland, and there are over 400 now, 400 videos on career management. If you don't see a video that is going to answer your question, I am more than happy to create a video for you. So just email me on the email below, and I'm more than happy to create a video just aimed at you and put it on my YouTube channel. So that's it for today. That's my Tuesdays at 2. I come back every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, different topic. And I want to share my vast knowledge of career management with you, the viewer, or the repeat viewer. So that's another Tuesdays at 2 next week. And the topic is, and this is going to be pretty visual because I'm going to show you some samples here. So the next topic next week on May the 16th is I used a resume template I purchased from the web, but it's not working. I used a resume template I purchased from the web, but it's not working. Thanks, Juan. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you just got a few snippets of ideas, some tips and tricks, but I'm more than happy to, as I say, give you a free, no obligation resume critique. Hopefully you've emailed it to me, and then we'll set up a time. Same applies to everybody else who's live right now. So it was a pleasure to come back for Tuesdays at 2. I will be here again next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Have a great week. And remember, manage your career. It's very, very important.